Hello everyone, myself Dr. Meenakshi from GVM Girls College. Students, in today's lecture, we are going to study about circular permutations and combinations. To study about circular permutation, what does it mean? Circular permutation means that we have to arrange the objects or persons or things in circle or a round table. Okay, let's consider this example. Suppose we want to arrange the 4 objects A, B, C, D in a circle, right? Now, the 4 objects are to be arranged. As we have discussed earlier, the number of permutations that can be possible with the help of 4 objects were 4 factorial. But the problems or the permutations which we have considered earlier were about the linear arrangements. That means the arrangement in a line. Now, if we wish to arrange these 4 objects in a circle, then what changes there? See, the total number of possible arrangements with the help of the 4 objects A, B, C, D were 4 factorial. As we have discussed earlier, that the number of permutations of n objects taking n at a time is n factorial. Now, the total number of possible arrangements were 4 factorial, that is 24, and you can easily see that these are the total 24 arrangements that can be possible with the help of 4 objects A, B, C and D. Now, we wish to arrange these objects in a circle. See, if I arrange A, then B, then C, then D on a circle, right? Then see each of the 4 arrangements in each line. The first line, see first line, A, B, C, D, then B, C, D, A, then third, C, D, A, B, and D, A, B, C. So all of these 4 arrangements which were different in linear arrangement give rise to the same circular arrangement. That is, these 4 arrangements will give only one circular arrangement. Similarly, you can check the arrangements in this line A, B, D, C, then B, D, C, A, B, D, C, A, then D, C, A, B, and then C, A, B, D. All of these 4 arrangements that were different in linear arrangement are same in circular arrangement. And similarly, you can also check that each of the 6 lines, the 4 arrangement in each of the 6 lines are same and then give rise to the same circular arrangement. So out of these 24 arrangements, we have only 6 different arrangements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. These are the 6 arrangements that are different circular arrangements, right? It means what? That the total number of arrangements are divided by 4. Now, the number of circular arrangements with 4 objects is 4 factorial divided by 4, because each of the 4 arrangements give rise to the same circular arrangement. So, the total number of arrangements are divided by 4. That means this is 4 into 3 factorial divided by 4, and this is 3 factorial. Similarly, if the number of objects are 5 instead of 4, then each of the 5 different arrangements give rise to one circular arrangement, and in that case we have to divide the total number of arrangements with 5. So continuing like this, we can say that if the number of objects are n, that means we want to arrange n objects in a circle, then the total number of circular arrangements will be n factorial divided by n, and that is n minus 1 factorial, because n factorial is n into n minus 1 factorial divided by n, and it will be n minus 1 factorial. Okay, that means suppose we want to arrange 5 different things around a circle, then the number of circular arrangement will be 4 factorial. Okay, if you want to arrange 6 persons around a table, then the number of possible arrangements are 6 minus 1, that is 5 factorial. And in general, if we want to arrange n objects around a circle, then the number of possible arrangements are n minus 1 factorial. This formula you have to remember about the numerical problems. Okay. Next, there is a particular case which you can say a case of garland or a necklace. Case of garland or necklace. So, when you consider garland or a necklace, suppose we want to make a garland of 5 beads of similar kind, here 6 beads of same kind, then suppose, let us take the example of 4 beads. Suppose we want to make a garland or necklace with the help of 4 beads. Now see, if you flip this necklace with this vertical line, around this vertical line, you'll get this necklace. Okay, B will come is this position and D will come at this position if you want to flip the same necklace. That means these two arrangements give the same necklace. Okay, similarly these two arrangements give the same necklace, and similarly these two arrangements give the same necklace. So out of these 6 arrangements, we have only 3, because each 2 different circular arrangement give the same necklace or same garland. So the number of arrangements in that case will again be divided by 2, and in that case the total number of arrangements will be 3 factorial divided by 2, and this is 3. So similarly, in case of when the number of objects were 5, then 4 factorial will be divided by 2, and if the number of objects are n, then the circular arrangements, total linear arrangements are n factorial, circular arrangements are n minus 1 factorial, and the number of garlands or number of necklaces will be n minus 1 factorial divided by 2. So the number of arrangements will be half in case of a garland or a necklace. So let's now do some practical problems related to that. We want to arrange the 5 objects A, B, C, D, E around a circle. So it's very clear that the total number of arrangements are 5 minus 1 factorial, that is 4 factorial, which is 24. Okay. A, B and D sit next to each other. So we want to make the arrangement of B and D together. Okay, now every time you arrange these 5 objects on a circle, B and D must come together, right? B and D come together, so you can take B and D jointly as a single object and then arrange. That means you have to arrange only 4, assuming these as one slot. So you have to make arrangements of 4 things around a table. Okay, so the number of arrangements if B and D sit next to each other, is, as they have to sit around the circle, so this is 4 minus 3, 1 factorial. So this is 3 factorial, 6. But you know, B and D can arrange themselves in 2 ways. Either B come first or D come first. So we have to multiply the number of arrangements by 2. So this is 12. So there are 12 arrangements in which B and D sit next to each other. Now the second case, when B and D do not sit next to each other, how we can calculate it? We know that the total number of possible arrangements are 24, and the number of arrangements in which B and D sit next to each other is 12. So the number of arrangements that B and D do not sit next to each other is given by 24 minus 12, and that is 12. Okay. Let's consider one more example. In how many ways 5 gentlemen and 4 ladies be seated on a round table so that no 2 ladies sit together. Okay, you have to arrange 5 gentlemen and 4 ladies. Okay, suppose gentlemen are G1, G2, G3, G4, G5. Okay, no 2 ladies sit together. That means between every 2 ladies there must be one gentleman, and gentlemen may sit together, right? So suppose these are the gentlemen G1, G2, G3, G4 and G5. These are 5 gentlemen. So where is the restriction that no 2 ladies can come together? So first arrange gentlemen because they may sit together. So number of possible ways of arranging the gentlemen on a round table are 5 minus 1 factorial. This is one event when you have arranged the gentlemen on the round table, and the number of circular arrangements are 4 factorial. That's again 24. Now ladies, there are only 4 ladies, L1, L2. These are 5 places for the ladies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have only 4 ladies. So ladies have to occupy 4 positions out of these 5 positions. So how do we arrange the ladies? That ladies have to arrange 4 positions out of 5 positions. So the number of ways in which the ladies be seated. These are the number of ways for gentlemen to be seated. And these are the number of ways in which ladies occupy the seat. Number of ways in which ladies occupy the seat is 5P4. Why P here? Because out of 5 positions, ladies have to occupy 4 positions. So it's 5P4, and that is 5 factorial upon 5 minus 4 factorial, and this is 5. Okay, factorial divided by 1 factorial. So this is 5 factorial upon 5 minus 4 factorial. So 5 factorial upon 1 factorial, 5, 4, 3, 2. This is 120 ways. So total number of possible ways are, total number of possible arrangements are 120 multiplied by 24. Okay, so this 2880. So the number of possible ways are 2880. Okay, so this is all about permutations and circular permutations. You can solve many more problems related to the circular problems as well as permutations. Next topic is combination. As the permutations means different arrangements and combination means making different groups, right? So what is combination? Suppose you have 3 objects and you want to make group of 2, then the arrangement A, B and BA. The order is immaterial. They make the same group. AB is same as BA in case of combinations, because in that case you have to select two objects only, no matter which come first and which come second. So we have only three groups, one from A and B, second from B and C, and third from C and A. So the number of combinations of n objects taking R at a time is given by NCR. Now to generate the formula for NCR, suppose we want to make a group of objects, n objects. Suppose we want to make groups of n objects taking R at a time. That means every time we have to arrange the make a group of R objects out of n objects. Suppose the number of groups or number of combinations is X. Okay, the number of groups that can be made with the help of R objects taking at a time from n objects is X. Okay, now each of these X groups contain R objects like this. Suppose we have three objects. We want to make a group of two. So each of these groups, the number of groups is 3. And each of the group is how many? Having objects? 2 objects. Right. Now each of this group, as it has 2 objects, these 2 objects give rise to 2 permutations. So each of this X group contain R objects, and each of these R objects give rise to R factorial permutation. So the total number of permutations is X into R factorial, right? Total number of groups is X. Each group has R objects, and R objects in themselves arranged in R factorial ways. So the total number of permutations are X into R factorial. But the total number of permutations were NPR. As I told you earlier about the permutations, it means that X is equal to NPR divided by R factorial. So this is equal to N factorial upon N minus R factorial into R factorial. And what is X? The number of combinations or number of groups out of n things taking R at a time. So that we have denoted by NCR. This is the formula for the combination of n things taking R at a time. NCR is N factorial divided by N minus R factorial into R factorial. This is the formula for the combination of n things taking R at a time. Right? Let's do some numerical problems based upon it. The first problem is show that NCR is equal to NC n minus R. Right? NCR is NC n minus R. We start from the right hand side. Now by the formula, NCR is n factorial over n minus R factorial, R factorial. Means the base, first subtract the base, factorial take, and then the factorial of the base. So from the right hand side, NC n minus R is n factorial upon this n minus R according to the formula, factorial into n minus R factorial. So this is n factorial, n minus n plus R. This is R factorial into n minus R factorial, and this formula is same as NCR. So you can keep in mind as a formula that NCR is NC n minus R. The next you can show that if NCX is equal to NCY, then either X is equal to Y or n is equal to x plus y. Right? How do we prove it? With the help of this formula. You know NCR is NCn minus R. So NCx is NCy, but this NCy is NCn minus y. Right? From this formula. NCR is NCn minus R. So this is NCn minus y. Now with these two equations, if I compare these two, we get x is equal to y. And if I compare these two, then you get x is equal to n minus y, which implies n is equal to x plus y. So this is also very helpful formula for the numerical problems. That if NCx is NCy, then either x is equal to y or n is equal to x plus y. Next, again one important formula is NCR plus NCR minus 1 is n plus 1 CR. Okay, you can do from the left hand side. NCR plus NCR minus 1. Okay, first write the formula for NCR. This is n factorial upon n minus r factorial plus n factorial upon n minus the base r minus 1. Okay, always remember to put the brackets wherever there is a minus sign inside or outside, so that there may not be a chance of mistake. N factorial upon n minus r minus 1 factorial into r minus 1 factorial. Now see, in the numerator of both the terms we have n factorial. So n factorial can be taken common. In the denominator, here it is r factorial, here it is r minus 1 factorial. So first let's simplify these. This is n minus r factorial r into r minus 1 factorial. This r factorial, I put it as r into r minus 1 factorial, so that this r minus 1 factorial can be taken out, plus n factorial over n minus r plus 1 factorial r minus 1 factorial. So we take the common n factorial upon r minus 1 factorial. Inside we have 1 upon r n minus r factorial. Right? This we have taken common. This is common, r into n minus r factorial plus 1 upon n minus r. This is n minus r plus 1. So we can take it as n minus r plus 1 into n minus r factorial. Right? Now again we can take n minus r factorial common. N minus r factorial, we can take it as common. So inside we have 1 by r and this 1 by n minus r plus 1. Now take the LCM. N factorial, n minus r factorial, r minus 1 factorial. Inside we have r, n minus r plus 1, n minus r plus 1 plus r. So what it will be? It will be n factorial over n minus r factorial, r minus 1 factorial, and inside it is n plus 1 divided by r into n minus r plus 1. Right? Now what is this? N minus r plus 1, n minus r. So n plus 1 into n factorial. This is n plus 1 factorial and divided by n plus 1 minus r factorial into r minus 1 r factorial. So what is this? This is n plus 1 CR. N plus 1 factorial, n plus 1 minus r factorial, r factorial. So this is n plus 1 CR. This is also very important formula for the numericals, that NCR, if the number on the upper side, total number of elements are same, and base, here it is R, then here it is R minus 1. So the upper part is increased by 1 and we have taken the bigger among the lowest, right? So NCR plus NCR minus 1 is N plus 1 CR. Let's now do some practical problems. Example number 1, based upon combination. In how many ways first 11 be selected out of 25 players so that number 1 player is always included in a team. And case 2, 1 player is always excluded from the team. Now, as far as the selection is concerned, out of 25 players, for the first case, 1 player is always to be included. That means that is already selected. So what we have to do now, we have to select only 10 players out of remaining 24 players. So the number of possible cases or the number of selections will be, or number of groups will be 24 C10. Okay, and the number of ways will be 24 factorial by 24 minus 10 factorial into 10 factorial, and that is 24 factorial by 14 factorial, 10 factorial. This you can calculate as 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, then 17, 16, 14, 15 into 14 factorial divided by 14 factorial into 10 factorial. This 14 factorial get cancelled out, and this 10 factorial can be written as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you can divide and multiply, then calculate the answer. In the second case, when 1 player is always excluded, means you have to exclude 1 player always. Again, the selection is out of 24 students because 1 player you always have to exclude. So number of number of players that remains are again 24, but now you have to select how many players? 11 players among these 24 players. Okay, because 1 player has to be excluded always. So remaining selection is to be made out of 24 players, but now we have to select 11 players from 24 players, and in that case the result will be 24 factorial upon 24 minus 11, 13 factorial into 11 factorial, that you can calculate easily. Let's now consider one more example, that out of 6 boys and 4 girls, a committee of 6 is to be formed. Okay, in how many ways it can be done if the committee has, case 1, if the committee has exactly 2 girls, and case 2, at least 2 girls, case 3, not more than 2 girls. So let's discuss the cases one by one. In the first case, the committee has exactly 2 girls, but how many person the committee has? It has 6. Committee is to be made from 6 candidates, and out of these 6, only 2 are girls. Okay, so that means 4 must be boys. So we have to select 2 girls out of these 4 girls. and 4 boys out of these 6 boys. So this is like 2 events. Again, one is to select boys, 6 C4. Another is to select girls, 4 C2. One event is this, another event is this, and by fundamental principle of counting again, as both the events has to be done, so the total number of possible ways of selecting exactly 2 girls is 6 C4 multiplied by 4 C2, and you can use the formula 6 factorial upon 6 minus 4 factorial, 4 factorial into 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial, and this is 6 factorial by 4 factorial, 2 factorial, 4 factorial by 2 factorial, 2 factorial. The calculation is quite easy. You can do it yourself. Next, for the second case, exactly 2 girls. Exactly 2 girls means, sorry, at least 2 girls means you can have 2 girls, you can have 3 girls, 4 girls, 5, maximum 4 girls you have. That means the committee must have at least 2 boys. At least 2 boys, at the most 2 boys. See, if we have at least 2 girls means girls may be 2, 3 or 4. At least 2 girls. Okay. So, if in case of 2 girls, we must have 4 boys. So, it's 4 C2, 2 girls and 4 boys. Right? This is the number of ways when we have 2 girls. For 3 girls, the number of cases are, for 3 girls, 4 C3 into, that means we must have, as a committee must have 6 candidates. So if girls are 2, then boys are 4. If girls are 3, boys are 3. If girls are 4, then boys are 2. Okay. So number of arrangements, these or these or these. So we do not multiply here, we will add here, because the total number of arrangements are either this or this or this. So number of possible arrangements having at least 2 girls is this one. Okay. Now the third case is not more than 2 girls. Not more than 2 girls means girls may be either 2 or 1, or maybe the whole committee is formed with the help of boys. So the girls may be 0 or 1 or 2 if we don't want more than 2 girls. Okay. And in that case we have 6 C6. If girls, we don't want to take any girl, or you can write over here 4 C0 or 4 C1, 6 C5 or 4 C2, 6 C4. So this is the number of possible ways if you want to make a committee of 6 by taking not more than 2 girls. So students, this is all about permutations and combinations. Now you can practice many examples as you want, and you can check yourself how much you know about permutations and combinations. Thank you.